All right, what's poppin' boppin'? It's your boy. Oh wait, no. Inhale, exhale. What's poppin' boppins? It's your boy Shock, and we back with another Minecraft Let's Play video. Another video inside of my lovely live stream. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I ended it because, I don't know if that's going to be a big deal later, but that's going to bother me. You know, it's marked for kids. It's not fucking for kids. Fuck you. Okay, all right. Sorry, I use profanity just so I can say it's not for kids, okay? My bad, bees. My bad, boys. All right. We're going to watch this. Sorry. We're going to watch plot holes that ruined Naruto. Naruto by NC Hammer 23. And we know he has his other channel, whatever. All right, I was going to say we're going to jump ahead. It's his intro. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
More than definitely, at least a couple of things you don't love. And
Yeah,
anime
100%.
is no exception to this rule. While truly great anime have some of the highest highs in any form of media, those same truly great anime also have some pretty considerable lows. And unfortunately, Naruto is no
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Naruto's character development and battles and sometimes world building are unmatched.
All right.
Unfortunately, if
I'm
your
testing it one
anime
last time.
runs long enough, you're
Sorry,
gonna
y'all.
run into some retcons and some plot holes and more than a few assholes. And while these plot holes aren't incredible, they don't destroy
Okay.
the story. But
How are we doing today, guys?
part of this page is addressing these
Today. I said today.
find theories that fill them. But today, instead of looking for ways to fill these plot holes, I'd simply like to point them out to make you aware of what I believe are some of the worst plot holes or
All right.
retcons
There we go.
in Naruto's history.
I think we're
Because
good
today,
now.
We're talking Naruto's top 15 worst plot holes. Now I could sit down and rank each and every single one of these
Okay,
plot holes
yeah.
in terms of severity
Oh, wait.
and how badly
Was
they
I okay?
cause
Okay,
they
we're
describe
I'm
the
sorry.
page. Hit
Alright,
that nutty bell.
We're skipping.
So
Sorry.
I'm just gonna
I
tell
was
you
using the
what
intro as a way to like test my levels now.
is the worst.
But I can kind of see where I want to go at now. I'll remember this from now on.
Like this video, subscribe to
The
the page.
page.
Hit that noti bell. And if
Hit
you
that
like
noti
the
bell.
idea of me ripping anime apart, you're gonna love my other channel, The Weeb Commander, where instead
A
of talking
Weeb
about
Commander,
Naruto
that's what it
Boruto,
is.
I talk
Okay.
all other anime. And if you love the idea of me talking about anime, you're gonna love my anime podcast, Utaku Zanata.
So I can tell NC Hammer was first because that's like general.
It's available on YouTube,
Weeb
Spotify,
Commander.
and Apple Podcasts.
This is probably like an old
Some
handle he
people
went by.
believe they're
It's like just kept
inexcusable
uploading.
holes in the story
My
that
bad, can't
destroy
speak.
the reader's ability to get immersed, while others believe they're an
Oh.
opportunity for the reader to try and fill in the gaps with the information and the knowledge that they
Part of me
provide
feels like I did
to
watch
the
this,
universe.
but
Wherever
you know what?
fall
I
in
didn't do it
terms
on
of how
stream.
you feel about plot holes, however,
And it's been a while,
I know
so
that there are
it's
parts
will
of
probably
anime
been a
you
while.
know. While some
So
shows like Hunter x
I'll
Hunter
be
and
able
One
to
Piece are substantially better
put
at
stuff
avoiding
into it
plot
or
holes than shows like
put my
Naruto.
takes to it.
No
Let me
show
full
is
screen it.
truly
All right, let's go.
100% plot hole proof.
Fancy.
Naruto's barely 80% plot hole proof. But what are these horrid plot holes that I'm talking about?
All right.
And I try to
We'll see.
address
Okay,
them
first
with
I will
theories.
say if I
Some
agree
span from different
initially,
years and how power
and then
systems
I'll
were
explain.
displayed
Okay,
and
here's how I'm gonna do it. What we're gonna do is any plot hole he says, I'm going to either agree or disagree, and then I'll explain my reasoning why I believe that. Maybe not too in depth. I'll go more as we play, but and then we'll see if he can change my mind.
While others just seem like common
'Cause then
sense things that a character could have done to save
Again, I like the thing is I don't hate that they got Madara from behind like this. I just wish they did it a little bit different, you know. You know, like make guy like again, it could have been like not Jujutsu. Well, yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, but like I'm trying to think of a different one that's a more prominent example. It's I can't. I think it's like they slowly, you know, I guess, you know, I'm gonna say Jujutsu Kaisen. They do, you know how almost every fight's like a jumpings, like they jump every time. Even with Gojo, it's like a reverse jump. You know, each one they died, but they didn't die in vain. You know, each one contributed something to the greater picture. So what I wish Guy actually like his fight. You know, while it was hype and cool, I wish it had more lasting effects. Like honestly, it could have just not existed and the story wouldn't have changed, which sucks. Like you could skip the fight and it wouldn't affect it wouldn't affect the plot, which I think that sucks because it's like, you know, like there's no lasting effect. I mean, again, I guess, except the end of it, it's like, oh, you're different, Naruto. You're different. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. But whatever. Okay. I'm getting on a tangent. Like I said, I wasn't going to do.
And Boruto that rewrite how the world was created. Today, we're going to be covering all of those and what they mean to the Naruto story and how they can possibly.
Again, I'm not gonna lie, Boruto. There's things I hate, but I like most of Boruto, but I hate some things.
Explained away. But since this is an incredibly
I love Blue
subjective
Blue
topic,
Vortex.
not
Again,
just
I'm like,
explaining who's the
Blue
strongest,
Blue
I'm just gonna
Vortex
start
is
wherever
my
I want. So the first plot hole that we're going to talk
amongst
about
my
revolves
favorite
around Itachi, one of
narratives.
my favorite characters in the universe. So
Yeah,
Itachi
okay.
is known as one of the
Itachi's
most
pretty cool.
powerful
It's freaking
people in
awesome.
Naruto.
Yep.
And he could have been even more powerful if he wasn't crippled by an unknown
By-
chakra disease.
if he
And
wasn't
while the chakra
fucked
disease
by
itself is
genes,
not a plot
by
hole, that was
genetics.
just Kishimoto getting Itachi out of the picture because he was possibly too powerful for the story. Itachi never really
Probably,
doing
yeah.
anything to cure his chakra illness is a plot hole. See, like I've already stated, the
Like the thing is, I think it was just too powerful for Sasuke to realistically be on his own. Oh, what's the plot hole? Did he say it already?
anything to cure his chakra illness is a plot hole. See, like I've already stated, the
Oh, wait, hold on.
doing anything to cure because he was. And while the chakra disease itself is not a plot hole, that was just Kishimoto getting Itachi out of the picture because he was possibly too powerful for the
Not
story.
doing anything to
Itachi
cure.
Never really doing anything to cure his chakra illness is a plot hole. See, like
I don't. Okay, did he? I forgot what he defined as plot holes.
I've already stated, the reason that Itachi was given this chakra illness is because his abilities were kind of broken. This is the same thing that happened to Kimimaru in the early.
Again, I don't. Again, how I would define a plot hole is it's basically, again, plot hole. Well, the thing is, there's so many plot. I just realized, if it's something that's unexplained in the story, well, technically, there's a lot that could be plot holes. Then, sure, but not really. I would say no. I think it's like it's like an insignificant plot hole that doesn't actually matter. Like, why didn't he try to cure it? I mean, we know why later on, but like, no, because his whole scheme was to die in front of Sasuke. So again, he could have, he still could have, what's it called? He still could have fixed his illness and then died, healthy, So fair.
Habit of introducing characters too strong.
But again, it's like I don't know what the equivalent illness is, and if there's
Nick, didn't you just do a video about how Itachi
Sure.
was taking preventative measures to help him?
probably some Hashirama cells with might work though.
I did, and Itachi was taking preventative measures.
Them
to
shits-
extend
them shits
his
do
life.
everything.
We know from Sasuke Jinraiden that Itachi was using eye drops from a certain village in order to extend his life, as the eye drops were a medicinal ninja drug that allowed him to continue living until Sasuke could finally kill him. And while that's fine, my real issue with Itachi's
I just realized that if anything, that's a plot hole. How the fuck does eye drops make you live longer? Like, unless the disease is within his eyes, it's not. I don't think it's like an eye disease.
that Itachi knows about Izanagi and Izanami. We know this because when Itachi is
Well,
brought back
he
to the
used
Shinigami
them.
Tensei, he uses Izanami on Kabuto.
Well, he
to
uses
put
one of
him
them.
in
The thing is, if you know about
his
Izanami, you know about Izanagi, because the Izanami is a direct counter to Izanagi. So, like, it was explicitly the sole purpose of it was to counter Izanagi. So, if you know Izanami, you know Izanagi. So, yeah. Yeah.
Jutsu. Infinite until Kabuto realizes that he can't change the world. And it's not like Itachi gains the knowledge of Izanagi and Izanami in the Pure Lands. He always knew. But we then proceeded to see Danzo use it about 17 times in his battle against Sasuke.
Useless.
Any kind of ailment that Sasuke inflicted upon him through the means of Susanoo arrow.
Literally anyone else could have made a better value out of that.
Izanagi gives you complete and total reality warping. You are able to recreate your body in a different space using your creativity and giving your creativity form through the means of chakra, which therefore allows you to heal any ailment inflicted upon.
I feel like I know where he's going. I feel like I know where he's going, and I'm going to disagree with where I think he's going. But I'm hearing him out first.
upon your body. However, it is implied in the Naruto manga that the powers of Izanagi actually allow you to reality warp things outside of your body. Meaning, for a minute or so,
Yeah.
you have complete and utter
Yeah. Some of them it says outside of your body. I mean, yeah.
reality warping abilities. However, most Uchihas would
Again, I would say that you could call this like a plot hole because like if it says bust as reality manipulation, like no one's using it right. Like no one's using it right. I know it's casting genjutsu on like reality, but like again, if you can, and genjutsu can be anything. I don't know if there's any limits to genjutsu. So I don't know.
simply use them to unwrite their deaths. Like how Madara was able to program his eye
Like,
with
yeah, what
Izanagi
you
to
can,
bring
like,
him
make
back
someone
to
see.
life after his battle against Hashirama.
Or if there's, like,
Izanagi
rules,
as
you know?
a whole is a plot hole, as if you have complete and total reality warping abilities and you can create whatever you want, why wouldn't you just give yourself more Sharingan? Nothing about the rules of Izanagi says that you're restricted to making your own body. In fact, Izanagi is openly compared to the Sage of Six Paths
I
creation of
don't
all
know.
things jutsu, which allowed him to take the 10 tails and form it
Again,
into
another
9
plot hole is that
beasts, things
it was supposed
that
to
didn't
have
exist
both
before.
Senju
So
and
if the Uchiha are able
Uchiha
to tap into
powers.
the power of creation of all
And then they
things,
just gave
why
it to
would they
every
be able to
Uchiha.
add things onto their body that weren't there prior. But to take that one step further, if you're able to heal yourself from, let's
They
say, a
retconned it
Susanoo
for the
era, why
Izanami.
wouldn't you be able to make a new body for yourself with healthy lungs? If hypothetically,
Sure.
let's say somebody hit you with a great
Again,
fireball
sure.
technique,
Again, I'm like,
and while
yeah.
you were trying
I
to
guess
avoid this great
theoretically, yeah.
fireball technique, you accidentally inhaled
I
a
can't fight this one, you know,
fire and scorched
'cause it's
the
like-
inside of your lungs. If you
Like,
use
the
Izanagi
obvious
in that
reason is 'cause that would be
circumstance,
too much.
you would simply create yourself
You know, but,
somewhere
like,
else with
there's
new
no rules in
lungs.
place
And
that would
considering the fact that it's pretty much
that we're aware
universally
of that
agreed
would
upon
that would stop
Itachi
this,
had
you know?
some kind of pulmonary disease, lung disease. Why wouldn't he, if he was so concerned about staying alive for Sasuke, use Izanagi to give himself a fresh new body? Now,
Oh,
sure,
no.
he only would have had one Sharingan, but he was also openly working in a group called the Akatsuki,
So?
which was led
But the
by
thing is,
Obito, who
I don't know if he predicted this or if he known, but like if he used Izanagi and then that would basically mean Sasuke can't steal that eye. Like, or this is I think this is head canon. I don't know if this is canon, but it's at the very least head canon. Like it is French head. You like what? Oh, fish. Oh, fish head? What the? You mean Kisame? Oh, you look like a. Oh, I look like. Oh my! I can't fucking read. My bad, buddies. My bad. Okay. Where was I going with this? Frick! Oh, I lost my train of thought. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Fuck anime, bro. I'm joking. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's canon, but it's at least head canon. Like, if Itachi Izanagi'd one of his eyes, I don't think Sasuke could have plopped to that eyeball into his socket. And again, I don't know if Itachi was thinking that far ahead. So, hey, I'm going to believe it for the sake of
Itachi didn't understand what was making him sick and therefore didn't know how to cure himself from it using
I guess. I guess so. Maybe. I mean, even still, I would be like, nah, you know?
Izanagi. But Itachi had to have at least a cursory understanding of what made him sick because he knew how to extend his life.
Oh, what's up,
with his
Trusty
illness.
Otto?
So
I mean,
overall,
assuming you're, I mean, if you're
plot-wise,
still here.
I give this one a
Oh,
5.5
God.
out of
I
10.
can't.
Not the worst.
Yeah, it's not the. Yeah. Okay. He's ranking them. Okay, he's ranking them. It's not. It's like such a nothing that it's like, who cares? You know, who fucking cares? Honestly, I would have rated. I'm assuming 10 of 10 is like bad plot hole. You can't convince me otherwise. So this is more like, for me, it's more of like a 2 out of 10.
We have why did
Like it's. I don't know. He was trying to weaken himself. You know, he was trying to be purposefully weak for Sasuke, and you know he wanted to die in Sasuke, and he wanted to keep his eyeballs. He wanted to keep his eyes not blind, so Sasuke can freaking see when he plops them in.
Kurama ever help Naruto? Harken back to the early days of Naruto when Kurama
Why did
ever help Naruto? The best. Up next after that,
Okay,
we have
sorry, I
why
keep backing
did
out.
Kurama ever help Naruto? Harken back to the early days.
Oh
of
yeah.
Naruto
Okay. I think I have seen this. No, I agree with
when
this one.
Kurama was a demon fox entity living inside Naruto.
And it wasn't really helping. it's like he had a plan, and I was like, I mean, but because of Boruto, actually, I would say no, it was stupid. He should have just let him die. He should have just let Naruto die if he wanted to escape, because the reincarnation, like how long it takes for, because again, when spoiler alert, for Boruto, I'm about to say it in I don't know, skip like 30 seconds or something. But like basically in Boruto, Naruto loses Kurama, all that good stuff or bad stuff, and then basically, Kurama oh wait, actually no, it's been a couple years. It's still a couple years. Again, that's not that long though. That's still not that long. It's like 2 years. Like Kurama respawns inside of freak, what's her name? The daughter. I forgot her name all that quick. Himawari. My bad. Sorry. Spawns back in Himawari. I don't know why in Himawari. Part of me feels like I was like, okay, so why inside of her? Like, can he choose his spawn point? Like it's either he chose a spawn point, or it has to be like, or maybe because it's like a remnant of his chakra is inside of her in Boruto. Like, and I imagine it's more prevalent inside of Himawari than Boruto. So in Himawari, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna stop there.
That was vehemently trying to scratch away at the walls to get out of Naruto. There were no fist bumps, there was no best friends, there was no Baryon mode. Kurama was evil incarnate and living inside of
I will say it takes a long time for him to regain his full strength. I will say that.
Naruto. And yet at certain points throughout Naruto's early journey, Kurama would.
So if anything, he probably just didn't want to like start over. That's probably why they made Kurama like. Sorry. Skip 10 seconds. Boruto spoiler. Baby Kurama. That's probably why he made Baby Kurama, because he has like I'm assuming he has far less chakra because his size is a lot smaller.
Naruto.
Let's go back in.
We understand that Naruto has the 8 trigram seal on his stomach that allows him to constantly access Kurama's chakra. It was made that way specifically by Minato. And the biggest danger with the seal is that Kurama would constantly leak chakra to Naruto and eventually try and take over his body. And if Kurama was able to get enough tails out, he would take over Naruto's body and kill him in the process and be re-released. However, there was a much shorter path for that for Kurama. See, we understand that if a Jinchuriki dies, that the tailed beast will simply reform somewhere else. This is what happened with Isobu, the 3 tails, after Yagura died. So
I don't know if it'll spoil it. If he spoils it, well, then you're out of luck.
Would Kurama help him summon somebody like Gamabunta? Because if, let's say, hypothetically, Naruto were simply to
Plat? I was like, what? Plat?
Kurama would be released. And while it would take a second for Kurama's chakra to
reform, more like
a
couple years. Yeah, a couple years.
Exactly what he wanted. And this isn't the only
but again, he wouldn't be at full power though. And then he still has to. I imagine he still has to accumulate.
Kurama had it helped Naruto, he would have been free and could have rampaged all he wanted. Now this one is a little bit worse than the Izanagi one. However, it too does also kind of have an explanation. And the explanation comes from the 8 trigram seal. See, Naruto wasn't always asking Kurama for help. He was simply accessing the chakra he could from the 8 trigram.
Sorry. I like zoned out. Look.
And the explanation
not zoned out, but I missed.
Trigram seal. See, Naruto wasn't always asking Kurama for help. He was simply accessing the chakra he could from the 8 trigram seal. However, there was definitely times before Naruto and
where he was actively conscious of it.
Kurama did actively give his chakra to Naruto. So I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10. Worse than the first one, but does have a slight explanation. But having a slight explanation isn't always the best thing. See, I'd rather have no explanation than an annoying
no, he didn't say.
this third plot hole definitely falls into the annoying.
I would. Honestly, no. I'll keep it. I'll keep it 6. I'll keep it a 6 out of 10.
See, this plot hole pops up in the 4th grade Shinobi World War, and the plot hole is: why could Madara use Kamui as the 10-tailed Jinchuriki when Obito couldn't? See, this plot hole has an.
I was gonna say it's not a plot hole. If as an explanation, it's not a plot hole. I was gonna say my thing would be no, it's not a plot hole. And then why would be because, well, Madara is just more mentally resilient than Obito. I mean, it's as simple as that. Either whether that be because he has more it could be like a chakra balance, like similar to Sage Mode, or it could just be his will, like his will's just stronger.
Explanation, and the explanation is it's Madara. I guess
Yeah, it's
technically
fucking
the
Madara.
better explanation is that Madara was a better Jinchuriki of
Yeah.
the Ten Tails than Obito was. But loosely, the explanation
Because
is
when you gotta consider the fact that someone's chakra levels also heavily influences how well they hold Jinchuriki, how well of a Jinchuriki they are. So, and we all know Madara is like not Hashirama, but like even for Uchiha standards is like massive, you know?
it's Madara. And while it is technically a valid explanation, it doesn't really tell us anything. Because the core of the issue here is the fact that Obito has spent his entire life using Kamui. And not only has Obito spent his entire life using Kamui, he uses it more than any other MS user has ever
Again,
used
I will
in the
say,
past.
like, it's like kind of like a little ass pulley, you know, a little. Okay. I see where you're saying plot hole. It's a little ass pulley because it's like, it's not like why Madara could use it and Oda couldn't. It's more like why couldn't he? Why couldn't Obito use it? It's like what for what reason?
Now, obviously,
Like I get, yeah, sure, it was in the mental battle, but like, well, if it was so mentally draining to where he couldn't control his technique that he uses basically like another hand, you know, like he basically doesn't have to actively think to use, you know, it's just second nature to him. Like, why can't he do it now? But he can do all this other shit.
because
He can
Obito
fly.
has
He can
Hashirama cells that allow him to
reshape
rejuvenate
balls,
the
have
damage
it
done
float
to his
around him.
eye. But you're telling me, in the 30 seconds that Madara had a Kamui eye, he was able to master Kamui at a level that Obito couldn't. Relationship with the Ten Tails be damned. Even if Madara is a better Ten Tails Jinchuriki,
Again, that one Madara mastering the Kamui is like instantly is not a surprising thing to me. I if that's his thing, no. But my thing would be I don't think it's plot hole that Madara can use it and Obito can't. If anything, I would say it's because Obito. Why can't Obito use it? At just period. Just why couldn't Obito use it? If anything, you know. I mean, I know the narrative reason, like how the writing reason, is well he'd be too overpowered, you know. Like,
than Obito.
basically, that would make him not like in like untouchable by normal chakra from the Ten Tails, and then physical attacks from his Kamui. It's like or Sage mode in physical attacks, you know, from the Kamui. It's like, yes, it's like not fair, dude.
A better Kamui use.
So you have to not only stack Sage mode, but also get the Kamui. I mean, again, Kakashi is still in this equation, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, I would have to, you know, it's whatever.
Should level out. Now, the official explanation is that Obito couldn't warp his body because of the massive amount of chakra in him.
Oh, okay.
Again, Madara
Sure.
being able to do that when Obito couldn't is aggravating.
Sure. Nah. Look at, I'm not mad at this one. I'm not gonna be sure, I guess a little bit, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all.
Though this one does have a slight explanation of the fact that we know Madara has way more.
Yeah,
chakra
I'm
than
gonna
Obito.
say maybe a little bit more than the eye one. Like what I say for the eye, I think it's a 3. I'll give this one a 4, maybe a 5, but that's about it.
As Obito stated, he would only be able to wield one of the Rinnegan, while Madara obviously could wield 2, if not 3. So if you take that plot hole by itself, it's probably like a 3.5, 4 out of 10. By the way, 10 out of 10 is annoying, 1 out of 10 is fine. However, there's
Okay. He put this under Itachi. I'm like, bullshit. I'm sorry.
more problems with this scene than just the fact that Madara can use it.
Okay, maybe. I mean, again, since this one has like kind of an explanation, and the Itachi one didn't. I guess he's going strictly off of that. He's like, oh, like even though like I graded it more as who fucking cares, you know? It doesn't matter to anything. Like even if you explained it, it doesn't, it doesn't matter. It sure, nice information, but no one would really care that much. So okay, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna keep Obito as a 3, but I'm gonna put this one as like 2. Actually, no, Obito. I'm gonna put the not Obito. The Itachi one is a 4, and this one is a 3.
An ability that Obito has had his entire
I'm gonna
life.
try and grade
The
it
fourth
similar
platform
to
we're gonna talk
in a
about is
from a similar regard to
Madara
him.
enter the Kamui dimension with Kakashi's eye. Ignoring the simple absurdity of just ripping out Kakashi's eye and placing it in his own face, Kakashi wields the long-range Kamui that
So?
allows him to Kamui things outside of his.
I mean, again, I was like, yeah, but like, I would say maybe because okay, I was say I was trying to form it how I was gonna explain this. Again, I can go either way because honestly, I was like, yeah, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not mad that both can suck themselves inside of it, but like, he can't suck other things, from close range. Like if he had a person right next to him, I'd imagine that Kakashi couldn't do that. Maybe I could be wrong actually, because define range, So you're saying Kakashi has a range, like can fire it at range, but no, because then Obito also does it at range too, like just like what shorter. I don't know.
Body into the Kamui dimension. This is why he was able to send the nail that Nagato sent at him into the Kamui dimension. He was able to rip off Deidara's arm. Kakashi has never been able to Kamui himself into the Kamui dimension.
Pretty sure yet.
Because that's
No,
the
he has.
ability of Obito's
No,
eye.
he has. He Kamui himself out of the dimension. So I say no.
Which is why
There's
Obito
precedent.
can't be hit, really, 'cause he
Now,
shows
how you
parts of
explain
himself
it
into the
is
Kamui dimension, or
is everything.
his
That's the
entire
plot
self
hole.
into the Kamui
It's
dimension.
not
So how
that
did
it couldn't,
Madara, using
because
the
he done it before.
long-distance Kamui eye, Kamui himself into the Kamui dimension. Does it make sense? Not only is he using a Kamui ability that Obito couldn't use, he's now using a Kamui ability that Kakashi couldn't use. And once again, the
Kakashi could use. I will say
Madara
bullshit.
using
No,
the
I will say he took an L in this one. Kakashi does use it to get out of the Kamui dimension after he and Obito stab each other.
infuriated. When you take both of these plot holes and put them together,
I could be
it
remembering it
becomes
wrong.
like a
Maybe
7 or 8 out of 10
Obito
annoying
came
shit.
back
Honestly, a lot
and
of
was
that
feeling
is
generous
wrapped
and
up
pulled
in
him
the
out,
fact
you
that
know?
he shouldn't be able to enter the Kamui dimension at all.
Maybe
So,
he
as
had a
standalone,
flying
I'm gonna
Raiji.
give
Maybe he had a
this one 6
reverse
out of
summon.
10. Speaking of Madara in the 4th Great Shinobi World War, another one of the upgrades that he got going into this war was having Hashirama's cells. That allowed Madara to become a perfect sage all but immediately. And while I, in practice, have technically no issues with this, I do, however, have issue with the way that the Shinobi Alliance decided to deal with Madara, who is now got going and was able to enter 10 on the annoyance scale. But honestly, a lot of that 8 is wrapped up in the fact that he shouldn't be able to enter the Kamui dimension at all. So,
Again, I
as
call
standalone,
bullshit.
I'm probably gonna give this
That one's a 0. That one. Well, I will say that one's a 1 because I can like. It's not a plot hole because he's done it. It's been done multiple. It's been done. He's done it before. Now I will give you the argument that it maybe that's not how it should work. Maybe like what constitutes as close range and what constitutes as long range, and who's to say you can't do them? They both can't do themselves, But like maybe Kakashi stops or only starts. Like he can't zip anything closer than like I don't know, like 10 meters, for example. And then maybe Obito can't like do anything above like 5 meters.
6 out of 10. Speaking of Madara in the 4th Great Shinobi World War, another one of the upgrades that he got going into this war was having Hashirama's cells. That allowed Madara to become a perfect sage all but immediately. And while I, in practice, have technically no issues with this, I do, however, have issues with the way that the Shinobi Alliance decided to deal with Madara, who is now a perfect sage, or deal with any enemy sage for that matter. See, we learned when Naruto was training in Mount Mubuko with the Toads to master Toad Sage mode that Fukakusu, aka Pa, had a stick that when he hits you with it, all of the nature energy in your body would be expelled. Now, the reason that Fukakusu has
oh my god, I'm gonna be a hater here. I don't think that was the actual effect of the fucking stick.
Is because if you pull in too much nature energy as a Toad Sage, you turn into a stone, which is why you can't drain chakra from
Maybe actually it said proper. Did you say properties to spell?
Use that stick more often?
It's probably not that effective. Let's be honest. Like it's probably not that effective because he said if he, because he has to keep up with you, right? He said, "Oh, if you do it too much, I can't keep up." So maybe it's just not effective enough to. And the thing is, he just knocked the stick out your hand, bro. He could break the stick. Like it's most likely just like a garbage tool. And again, like it's head canon, but there's nothing pointing to the contrary either. Because again, whenever he got spanked, whenever he spanked Naruto with it, like Naruto still had frog features even after that. You know, maybe it just took off like a enough so it undid the transformation, but not enough. You know, it doesn't like just.
Who didn't retire from the story? Gamabunta, Gamakichi, basically all other toads. You know who definitely didn't retire from the story? Naruto. You throw that stick in the hands of Naruto when he's battling against Madara and he's just constantly
losing.
beating the nature.
I'm sorry. If anything, I'll put it in Sasuke's hands. If put it in Naruto's hands, he's losing. Because again, like the advantage Naruto has is his jutsus. He doesn't really. I mean, after he absorbs the tree, he doesn't really box with Madara like at all.
Energy out of Madara, that is a massive advantage. Now, I guess he would probably have to wear like a glove, so he technically wasn't holding the stick because it would expel all of his nature energy. But if there's an item out there that's
Again, I don't. My thing is I don't believe that's what it does. I don't believe that was. It's like the. I don't think it works like that. You know.
To defeat all Sage Mode users
Personally,
by hitting
but
them with it?
I played devil's advocate and explained what, like, oh, maybe it's just not maybe it does, but it's just not very effective.
To employ that weapon against one of the most powerful sages on Earth. The only reason that Madara with no eyes.
And the thing is, you got to think about it. This shit happened in a day. Like, what are they gonna be like? Oh, this guy just got Sage Mode. He never had it before. Hey, I know. Let's go to the mountain and find a stick and beat his ass with it. Like, and yeah, I think like Naruto's not one to think about it. He got hit with a stick like a cup, like for an arc. Like maybe if one of the toads were there, right, to like see. Like, oh, hey, Pops, Naruto needs this stick to beat the Sage Mode out of him. No, they weren't there. There's no way Naruto forgot that he had to use Sage Mode when he went into KCM 2. Or the Kurama Link. He forgot something that he had to do like 10 minutes ago. And you were expecting him to remember, hey, let's beat him with a stick!
Was able to defeat Sasuke is because he was using Sage Mode to anticipate what Sasuke's moves were, which means one bonk with a stick.
So I'm saying 0. This one's 0 for me.
Now there is a possible explanation that this only expels Toad Sage nature energy, but that's never.
That could. I wouldn't even bet on that one. I wouldn't even bank on that one. Toad Sage. What the fuck makes it Toad? And what the fuck makes it Toad Sage? He's absorbing nature in. Well, actually, I will say because he gets Toad features. It's like, you know, whatever.
Now,
never mind. I take it back.
We
We can get into that another day.
Nature energy can only be used on Mount Mubuka, but that's only ever said about the.
That it's a plot hole.
Not
Maybe
the sticks.
that might be a
As to
plot hole.
why it never showed up on the battlefield. Your guess is as good as mine. Would it have been a little silly to watch Naruto try and hit Madara with a stick?
Maybe I would say if you're absorbing the nature energy, like all the animals do count as nature, are part of nature, right? So like you're absorbing toads too, and then that just like I don't know, just maybe your body just gets used to that sensation, and then you know just naturally get the toad features.
Probably, but would it build off existing lore about Sage Mode weaknesses? Absolutely. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Sticking with bad guys in our 6th plot hole, why didn't Danzo try to take over Konoha earlier? Let's see, when it comes to bad guys in Naruto, Madara and Danzo are probably the two evilest ones.
Yeah.
However, they both believe that what they're doing is correct.
Yeah.
And while Madara was
I'd
trying
say so.
to bring peace to the entire world, Danzo was trying to rule Konoha in the way he thought was best.
Yeah.
And we know after Tsunade goes into a coma in her battle against Nagato, that Danzo decides it's now my time to rule the village. And he uses Kodo Matsukame on the leader of the Land of Iron Samurai to convince the other 4 Kage that he should be the Hokage, revealing to us that Danzo has been plotting to take over the Hokage ship for a long time.
For a good while.
proceeding to run the route after Hiruzen officially shut them down. But why would Danzo wait until Tsunade went into a coma? See, Tsunade could always wake up and then make a legitimate claim to continue being the 5th Hokage. Why wouldn't Danzo,
Sure.
if he truly wanted to take over the village,
Killer.
enact this plan to take over the Hokage ship after Hiruzen's death? As Hiruzen's key advisor, his best friend, and
Again,
leader
that
of the
would have
route,
been, I
he had a
guess
pretty
so.
good claim
Yeah,
as
yeah,
the
that's a plot.
dominant
I don't want to
force.
say.
When he tried to
I don't want to
take
say. I'm not gonna say it makes no sense. It's yeah, but I will say that's like textbook definition plot hole right there.
Konoha then. Why wait? Konoha was substantially weaker after Hiruzen's death than they were after Tsunade's coma. Jiraiya didn't want
Like,
the
it would make
job.
sense.
Tsunade was nowhere to be found.
Like,
Orochimaru
he's trying to be
was
Hokage's
excommunicated.
ASAP.
Kakashi hadn't accomplished enough. Naruto was a child. And Danzo, at that point, still probably had Kotoa Matsukame. In fact,
I'm trying to
most
think.
definitely did. The only way to rally against this plot hole is the Hyuga theory, as the Hyugas are the most powerful clan within Konoha, and every single one of them wields the
Yeah.
Byakugan. And
Yeah, I
one
keep.
guy
They're the most
one
powerful
Byakugan.
clan. Again, clan. But that's use that in because of quantity. There's a lot more of them. So that the strongest clan.
Wasn't even from the Hyuga clan. Ao, from the Hidden Mist, was able to figure out Danzo's plan and foil it when he tried to use Kotoa Matsukame on the land of Iron's Head Samurai, Mifune. So if Danzo tried to use Kotoa Matsukame on the important members of Konoha in order to elect him Hokage, it's a possibility that the Hyugas would have seen it, and therefore foiled his plan. However, Danzo was in a position of power, and could have
Again, I'm
probably
like-
just claimed the 5th Hokage seat legitimately. So as to why he didn't make a legitimate push to become the 5th Hokage, I don't think we'll ever know. Like, yeah, he's got a bad track
Yeah, and the
record.
thing is, with the
People he's a
Genjutsu,
bad
like,
track record with are
you
all
now you
fans
need someone with the
Victor
Byakugan
reads the history books.
to
But
like
because I think
be
he's
there,
human,
and then think to say, hey, we don't trust you. Let's scan. Like, the thing is, with the other nations, it made sense because it's like they're other nations. They're going to be naturally more skeptical of you than your allies. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, again, plausible technically, but like, not really. It's highly unlikely. I would say it's highly unlikely.
theory has a large amount of validity. I'm only going to give this one a 2.5 out of 10. You know what I'm not?
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
give a
I'll
2.5 out of
give it
10,
low
though?
because-
Our next plot hole.
because,
Our
again,
next
this is
plot
another
hole
insignificant
apparently
one.
is a walking
Maybe not
because
insignificant,
our
but again,
second
this is.
plot hole is Madara's plan
It's so
was
it's so
stupid. Or
vast.
more
It's like,
specifically, Madara's plan to use Rinne Rebirth was stupid. See, Madara's
oh
plan
yeah,
to kick
yeah.
off
I
the
literally
was
just got
unplugging
done.
himself from the
Like, I was
Naruto
convinced.
and
I was convinced by this video like a couple days ago. I was like, again, well, yes, but because again, the thing is, he wanted Rinne Rebirth. You know what? I just realized. Yeah, it's stupid. For if because he wanted to take over the world or whatever. But when I realized it's part of his character flaw, I think, because that's what the irony of his character, the contradiction, it's kind of like he's kind of like a representation of the ninja world, right? They crave peace, but they enjoy war, So it's like Madara, like, obviously he's fighting for peace, kind of, but like he still enjoys the rush of the fight, and he couldn't feel that unless he was brought back with Rinne Rebirth.
dying, and then trusting that the 2-year-old boy he shoved his Rinnegan into would one day give his life to bring Madara back to life.
Again, that's bullshit. You don't. Rinne Rebirth is not inherently a kill move. Now I would say the plot, if anything, the plot hole is why didn't anyone use it more often? That's what I would say. That's the plot hole, because again, we've seen people not die, and people, I mean, one person, which is Obito, but the fact that he didn't die from it, sets the precedent. It sets the precedent because he's not special. He wasn't the Shinshuriki at the time. He was stripped of it. Right before this, like, it wasn't like he wasn't special. It was not because it was the Shinshuriki. Like, his chakra is not any particularly special. His lineage, I mean, while pretty noble, it's not like anything special. It's not like it's any more special than than Nagato. Now you can argue maybe it's just because it's an Uchiha. Where was I?
Well, that requires an insane amount of trust.
Oh, Renny Rebirth. Yeah, Renny Rebirth. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's because it's Tunichi and they have the nut in their the ones with the eyes. You know, I don't know. But I will say this is actually like no Renny Rebirth is not like a
It is
one
probably one of the worst
one-use
plans
type of
in
skill.
anime history. The end goal of that plan is also asinine. Because let me remind you of how Renny Rebirth works. It doesn't bring you back in your prime body. It takes your soul and it shoots it back into your body. Nobody in Konoha, when Nagato brought them all back using Renny Rebirth, was brought back in their prime.
Yeah.
They were brought back as they died. And Madara died as an old, decrepit man who needed to be plugged into the Ghetto Mazo to stay alive. Which means if Renny Rebirth works in the way
Yeah, my thing is it's like
There are 6 YouTubers who all claim to have
in your prime body.
my bad. Oh, I was going to say the reanimation. No, reanimation's different, a little bit different in my eyes. But yeah. Basically, just places your soul inside of a body. Yeah.
It takes your soul and it shoots it back into your body. Nobody
Yeah,
in
your
Konoha
body
when
or whatever
Naruto
body
brought
you're
them back
inhabiting.
using Renny Rebirth was brought back in their prime. They were brought back as they died. And Madara died as an old, decrepit man who needed to be plugged into the Ghetto Mazo to stay alive. Which means if Renny Rebirth works in the way that we've seen it work, that Madara would have just been brought back as an old, decrepit man who would then need to replug himself into the Ghetto Mazo, which is essentially the same thing as if he just never unplugged himself. Now, the only way to make this plan make
shit,
any
sorry.
sense, he then
Sorry, I'm
need to
cold right now,
replug
so I'm
himself
like,
into the
I
Ghetto
zoned out a little
Mazo,
bit.
which is essentially the same thing as if he just never unplugged himself. Now, the only way to make this plan make any
Yes.
sense is if you say that Nagato used Renny Rebirth on the entirety of Konoha, so he couldn't focus on all of them. However, if Nagato only used Renny Rebirth on one person, that one person being Madara, that he would be brought back in the prime of his life. Why would that be the circumstance? We don't know, because that's a completely made up explanation. There's no reason for us to believe that Nagato put less into his Renny Rebirth for Konoha than he would have for Madara. Yes, he does say, I'll only be able to bring back those who died here, implying that there's some kind of chakra limit associated to his Renny Rebirth. There's also no concrete evidence that shows that he's able to Renny Rebirth somebody harder than he did to the people of Konoha. And because of that, on the annoyance scale, that one gets an 8, maybe an 8.5. But it gets worse, because coming in at number 8, we have the sheer amount of trust that Madara put into a child. And not just one child, 2. See, Madara spent about a year with Obito before he unplugged himself from the Ghetto Mazo, and in that 1 year, he deduced that Obito would be able to sway the child who he implanted his Rinnegan into to join the Eye of the Moon plan. Because that was Madara's plan. Give the Rinnegan to a child, hope that child survives the implant and, oh, I don't know, the ninja world, and then have another child who I've known for a year, build a criminal empire, find the child that Madara put his Rinnegan into, convince that child to join the criminal empire, convince that child to give his life for Madara, and all the while hope that the child that you've known for a year and didn't treat all that great likes you enough to actually bring you back. Which, mind you, was not Obito's plan. Obito was surprised when Madara got back. Without Kabuto, it wouldn't have happened. That's why Obito tried to become the Ten-Tailed Shinchuriki himself. Madara was accounting on 2 children bringing him back to life before he unplugged himself from his life support. So when you take 7 and 8 and put them together, it's a 10 out of 10. Mind-numbingly stupid. And the worst part is there's really no explanation for any of it. Yes, obviously things worked out for Madara in the end, but they shouldn't have, even if things went to plan. So many things had to go correct for Madara's plan to work in the first place that it was almost impossible to achieve, and what he was trying to achieve might not have even worked in the first place. But speaking of mind-numbingly stupid, let's go to our number 9 spot. Because coming in at number 9, we have the fact that Naruto failed the graduation exam 3 separate times. However, he is the same age, if not younger, than most of the Konoha 13. So how did this happen? How did Naruto get to spend 3 years in the Shinobi Academy and fail the graduation exam 3 separate times, yet be the same age as everybody else? Shouldn't he be like Iwabe and Boruto, significantly older than the rest of the Konoha 13? Now, while this one's technically never been explained, nobody's ever sat us down and explained how Naruto was able to spend 3 years in the Shinobi Academy while maintaining to be the same age as everybody else in the Konoha 13. There is kind of an answer that at least the fan base has accepted, and that is since Naruto was an orphan who wasn't in the orphanage and was being loosely raised by Anbu members, they sent him to the Shinobi Academy at a younger age. This being because he had no one to raise him, and therefore him being in school would at least teach him some social skills. And the teachers and his fellow students would be able to keep an eye on Naruto. Now, this isn't unheard of. I mean, Kakashi claims to have completed the Chunin exam at the age of 6, though that is incredibly inconsistent with basically all other plot points revolving around Kakashi's childhood. And we know that Minato graduated from the Shinobi Academy at 10, and therefore there really is no hard set age in which you join the Shinobi Academy. If you're talented or in possibly a really weird situation like Naruto, there is a possibility you go to the Shinobi Academy early. And therefore Naruto was able to spend 3 years in the Shinobi Academy, failing the graduation exam before he finally got hooked up with the Konoha 13. So far as plot holes go, that one's pretty thin. I give it a 1.5. It's probably the one that annoys me the least on this list. And it's a great example of we don't have the answer, but we can use information and knowledge about the universe to deduce probably what happened, which are actually kind of my favorite kinds of plot holes. Ones that we can use logic to figure out, which I find substantially better than ones that we get shoddy answers to from the anime or manga. You know what we never got a good answer for, however, and this one also pertains to Naruto's childhood. How did nobody ever figure out who he was? See, the thing about Naruto's childhood is that he wasn't given the last name Namikaze because nobody wanted him or the rest of the village to know that he was related to the 4th Hokage. Why the village wanted him or anybody else to not know that he was a Namikaze, we never really get an explanation. While you could throw out the explanation that,
Oh, if everybody knows he's the son of the 4th Hokage, he's a high-value kidnapping liability, and we have to keep a bunch of people watching him constantly.
it was public knowledge that he was the Jinchuriki of Kurama. Danzo leaked that when he was a baby. There is nothing that makes you a higher value target than being the Jinchuriki of the most powerful tailed beast. In fact, the village in Naruto knowing that he was the son of the 4th Hokage would do nothing but improve Naruto's life. I will bet you my entire YouTube page that if Konoha knew that Naruto was Minato's son, they would have treated him a lot better. Oh, you're the son of the legendary war hero who battled against Kurama in order to save the village? Yeah, we'll treat you all right. In fact, if people knew Naruto was the son of Minato, they probably would have been able to deduce the fact that Minato was the one who put Kurama in him. And they probably would have respected Minato's decision and treated his son, a walking bomb, a little bit better. But even if you want to ignore that, how did nobody ever come to the conclusion that Naruto was Minato's son? Sure, you changed his name from Namikaze to Uzumaki, but there was one, and I mean one Uzumaki in Konoha, who was very famously married to the one Namikaze in Konoha. And that one Uzumaki was very famously pregnant, as she is the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails had everybody very concerned that when she had her child, the Nine Tails would be released. So nobody was like,
Uzumaki baby, Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, wonder how this happened.
I wonder where this Uzumaki child's parents went. It's a shame about Minato and Kushina dying, by the way. I mean, the level of cognitive dissonance that one needs to not make this conclusion is insane. It's a 10 out of 10. It will never not irk me. There's no explanation to it whatsoever. There's not even theories. It's not like anybody was running interference. If you wanted nobody to recognize Naruto, give him the last name Akamichi, Aburame, something random. Hell, make him a Hatake. Who cares? If we're going the stealth route here, don't choose one of the parents' names, choose a random name. But speaking of stupid things that happen at a high level in Konoha, coming in at number 11, we have, why didn't Itachi kill Danzo? So we all know that Itachi and Shisui operated as spies for Konoha on the Uchiha. They would watch over the Uchiha clan and report all of their movings to the higher ups of Konoha. Well, more importantly, they would report to Danzo, who wouldn't report to Hiruzen. However, when Itachi and Shisui decided one day that they would stop the Uchiha coup by using Shisui's Kodoa Matsukame on Fugaku, Danzo decided, not a great idea, and decided to kill Shisui. Specifically, he had his right-hand man, Yoji Aburame, poison and paralyze Shisui, and then he yoinked out his eye. However, Shisui was able to break away from Danzo and get back to Itachi, at which point he reported to Itachi that Danzo had killed him. Like, not actually, obviously he was still talking, but he needed Itachi to cut him down so Itachi could awaken his MS. Now, at this point, Itachi still has a Kodo Matsukame because he gets Shisui's other Kodo Matsukame. And a lot of people speculate that Itachi actually got the stronger of the two Kodo Matsukame because there's a theory out there held by a lot of people, Swag Kage, myself, that Shisui's two Kodo Matsukame actually worked differently, with the one that Danzo ended up with being the weaker yet shorter cooldown time eye, which you can be broken out of, and the one that Itachi ended up with being the stronger yet much longer cooldown eye that you can't be broken out of. And therefore, there was still very much a possibility that Itachi could have enacted Shisui's plan. There's also very much the possibility that Itachi could have gotten revenge for Shisui, which he kind of does in the light novel. Itachi goes so far as to kill Yoji Aburame, who's technically sent to kill him by Danzo. But if hypothetically Itachi had killed Danzo, it's not like it would have started the coup or a war between the Uchiha and Konoha. In fact, killing Danzo probably would have caused the Uchiha and Konoha to come to terms, to try and figure things out bureaucratically, because that's what Hiruzen wanted. And the reason the Uchiha coup happened is, well, one, the Uchiha planning the coup, but two, because Danzo was making sure that Hiruzen didn't get any of the information regarding the Uchiha coup. What's worse than Itachi not killing Danzo is that he proceeds to work with Danzo for like a full year after killing Shisui. He's just like,
Oh, well, that was my best friend. What did you need, boss?
but he was a 13-year-old at the time, and he was actively trying to make sure that Konoha and the Uchiha didn't enter a war, so I can't super hold this against him. If anything, he was kind of a prisoner of the situation. But it does still annoy me because there is technically a lot of better things Itachi could have done. So overall, I give this one a 7 out of 10. Speaking of losing eyeballs, coming in at number 12, we have what happened to Naruto's healing? See, in the 4th Great Shinobi World War, after Naruto is bestowed his powers by Hagoromo, Ninja Sky Daddy, he undergoes a Yang transformation to his KCM2 that gives him a bunch of new cool abilities. He has True Seeker Orbs, he's substantially more orange, and apparently he has the ability to heal people. We learned this because after Kakashi had his eyeball yoinked out by Madara, Naruto came over, gave him a new eye, just completely remade an eyeball, something that only Shizune has the ability to do, not even Tsunade. And Naruto's like, well, I can only perform simple healing measures. Not a simple healing measure at all. Arguably, one of the most complicated things you can do in medical ninjutsu. And that is the first and the last time that Naruto ever uses that ability. Now, there's an argument here that Naruto no longer has his Sage of Six Paths Chakra, but that's wrong. He does still have it. We've seen him use it in Boruto. His Sage of Six Paths Chakra wasn't just a one-time use battery, it was rechargeable. He's able to tap into it to increase his own power. We know this because aesthetically he undergoes the same changes in Boruto as he did in the 4th Great Shinobi World War after getting this new upgrade. What he no longer has, though, however, is things like True Seeker Orbs, as there are Kekemora, and he's not an Otsutsuki, and he's not related to Kaguya. However, he can control Kekemora, as he has control of all 7 nature releases. But once a Kekemora that's under his control is destroyed, like every single one of his Kekemora was, he can't create any more. So Naruto no longer has True Seeker Orbs. However, Naruto also no longer has his Sun Seal, as the arm that had the Sun Seal was blown off. And the same thing happened to Sasuke's Moon Seal. And this is most likely where Naruto's healing prowess comes from. So if, hypothetically, Naruto and Sasuke didn't lose their Sun and Moon Seal at the end of the 4th Great Shinobi World War, they would probably still be able to do all things Sun and Moon, like Six Paths Chibaku Tensei, or healing eyeballs. But since they no longer have them, they no longer have these abilities, which is why this plot hole gets a 1 out of 10. It has a somewhat logical explanation, even though it's never been told to us. But speaking of taking things from Naruto, coming up at number 13, we have, why did Obito never go back for Naruto? Here's the thing. Obito pulls up on the night of Naruto's birth because he understands that the seal on Kurama will be at its weakest. And Obito, for some reason, probably because he didn't understand the Geto Mazo yet, wanted to get Kurama first, though he wouldn't have been able to seal Kurama until he got all of the other tailed beasts. But the problem with attacking Kushina on the night of her birth is that Minato was still very much alive, and Obito proceeded to get beat like some meat on December 1st. But then the only people in the village with any semblance of power and a connection to Naruto being Hiruzen wasn't exactly keeping a close eye on Naruto. And I know what you're gonna say, the reason that Obito never circled back is because of Jiraiya. But let's not sit here and act like Jiraiya was keeping a close eye on Naruto either. Naruto was a abandoned for like 11 years. Sure, there was some Anbu members keeping an eye on him to make sure he was still breathing, but I watched Anbu members jump into a force field when Orochimaru and Hiruzen were battling and get lit on fire. A very visible force field, mind you. And Obito went toe-to-toe with Minato, so Anbu members really aren't getting in the way much. Sure, maybe after Naruto was stolen, Jiraiya would go and look for him, but it's too late. Literally, all Obito had to do was get hands on Naruto, Kamui himself into the Kamui dimension, and then pop out somewhere else. And I know what you're saying. You're saying,
Well, even if he went back for him, he wouldn't be able to seal him.
so? He could just hold on to him. Naruto was a child. Wait until you get all the other Jinchuriki, extract the tailed beast from Naruto, and then you're good. Don't wait until he grows up to be the strongest dude on the planet. Sure, Jiraiya's watching over him as he's a 3-day journey away, and it's not like Obito didn't know where the Nine Tails was. For that matter, why did Obito even start the Fourth Great Shinobi World War in the first place? If he knew he could just use Kinkaku and Ginkaku in part of Gyuki to recreate the Ten Tails, why even go looking for Killer Bee and Naruto? Why not just make the Ten Tails in your little secret lair and then cast Infinite Tsukiyomi?
Oh, it makes a weaker version of the Ten Tails.
So what? He didn't know what a Ten Tails was. All he knew is if he got all of the Nine-Tailed Beasts into the Ghetto Mazo, he would enact Infinite Tsukiyomi. That was all he was going for. So all they had to do was bring back Kinkaku and Ginkaku and throw part of Gyuki into the Ghetto Mazo, and we're all happy. For that matter, why announce the war to all the villages? You could have launched an individual war against the Cloud or the Leaf. Why bring the Mist, Sand, and Stone into it? And the Samurai! All of it, 10 out of 10, complete and utter headache. And there's barely an explanation for any of it. You could say that Obito didn't know he could use Ginkaku and Gyuki, but when did he figure that out in the Fourth Great Shinobi World War? You could say that Obito announced the war to get Killer Bee and Naruto out of their villages, but you have the Akatsuki, you have an army of Edo Tensei's soldiers. Announcing the war just made Naruto realize he had to train to get stronger with Kurama, and all of this could have been avoided if you just went and nabbed him when he was 2. But enough about that, Uchiha. Let's talk about Sasuke, because coming in at number 14, we have all of the times that Sasuke survived. Just kidding. We're not gonna go on a whole Sasuke diatribe. It's only the one time he survived. I mean, sure, he got his windpipe crushed by Killer Bee, and that got fixed. And then sure, he got stabbed a bunch, and that got fixed. And sure, he was technically within Inoki's activated particle release, but he got out of it because Obito warped him out. And sure, he had to get saved by Kabuto after he got defeated by Madara with no eyes. And sure, Naruto took pity on him in the Valley of the End fight and purposely made it a draw. But I don't want to talk about any of those. No, I want to talk about the time he survived an explosion, specifically Deidara's C0. See, the Sasuke versus Deidara fight is one of the better fights in Naruto, and it definitely displays Sasuke's battle IQ. Like when Sasuke accidentally inhales Deidara's C4 and has to run electricity through his body to nullify the explosion. But at the end of the battle, Sasuke is seemingly out of chakra, at least so far as Deidara assumes, and therefore Deidara decides to use his suicide attack C0, which will destroy them both, creating one of the most violent and powerful attacks in all of Naruto, something that decimates the entire forest that they were battling in, and something that Sasuke is unable to escape. And therefore Sasuke, who's supposed to be out of chakra, summons Manda, and then puts Manda under Genjutsu, so Manda protects him. Well, so while Sasuke is running on E, he's able to pull off the summoning jutsu, one of the most chakra depletive jutsus in the show, and then place a summoning animal, specifically a very strong summoning animal, under Genjutsu, which for those of you who don't understand Genjutsu is an incredibly chakra depletive task. Sasuke in that moment would have had to control all 5 of Manda's senses and forced him into protecting Sasuke, which wouldn't have been an easy task when you consider the fact that Manda hated Sasuke. So while supposedly running on E, Sasuke pulled off one of the most chakra depletive and chakra control heavy moves that anybody in Naruto has ever pulled off, all in order to save himself. And mind you, the summoning animal he summoned didn't get exploded by the explosion. While Manda was killed by the explosion, he was just lightly charred, keeping Sasuke completely fine, while everything else in the surrounding was molecularly deleted. And while for a long time this scene made me very angry, I've recently found God, Hashirama, and I've decided that, you know what? It was Deidara that made the assumption that Sasuke was out of chakra. He never says that. And sure, Deidara is a high-level shinobi who's able to ascertain how much chakra somebody has. And sure, Deidara has battled against Uchihas like Itachi in the past. And sure, the explosion probably should have eviscerated Manda's body. And sure, making the assumption that Deidara somehow wasn't able to ascertain how much chakra Sasuke had basically flies in the face of any rating of his battle IQ ever. But yes, it wasn't Sasuke who said it. It was Deidara. And therefore, this one doesn't make me angry at all. We're gonna give it a 2 out of 10. To our last and final plot hole, one that'll probably make you guys mad. Jiraiya could have been reincarnated. See, when Kabuto was building an army of Edo Tensei soldiers, he says that the only two people he was unable to find were Shisui and Jiraiya, as Shisui's body was unrecoverable and Jiraiya's body sunk to the bottom of an ocean, and Kabuto had no ability to get to the bottom of said ocean to recover his body. Therefore, there was no way that we could ever find genetic material from Jiraiya in order to bring him back, except for the fact that, of course, it's acknowledged in the manga that Jiraiya's blood should still be on Pain's chakra rods, and Jiraiya's blood was all over the Hidden Rain. His arm, after it was blown off, probably didn't sink to the bottom of the ocean, and that there was clearly enough genetic material for Amado to clone him like 13 years later. Tie that into the fact that the bottom of the ocean really shouldn't be that much of a hassle for a ninja, as Konan was quite literally able to split that ocean with paper bombs, and there's people out there who use water ninjutsu and could definitely swim to the bottom of an ocean, one of them being a member of the Akatsuki. And we have one of the bigger glaring plot holes in Naruto. Now, technically this plot hole does have an explanation, but that explanation comes from outside of the universe. See, Kishimoto was questioned as to why he didn't bring Jiraiya back, and Kishimoto stated that he didn't want to bring Jiraiya back because of the emotions and character development and all the things that Naruto would have had to go through upon seeing his teacher reincarnate. And Naruto was already dealing with too much in the 4th Great Shinobi World War to deal with seeing Jiraiya being used as a puppet. So that's it. Lazy writing, an unwillingness to give Naruto the closure that Team 10 got with Asuma. Yes, that's right, Team 10 got better treatment than the main character of the show. Because who would want to see Naruto and Jiraiya have a couple of final moments as they battled against each other and Jiraiya reveled at how strong Naruto had gotten, how much he was similar to Minato. Naruto was too busy with Minato. He doesn't deserve closure with Jiraiya, he already got it with his real dad. That's a great reason. Infallible. It's a 10 out of 10. It's absolutely tilting, unless of course we get Kashin Koji to finally meet Naruto and Naruto gets closure through Kashin Koji. Then it'll be a 1 out of 10 and everything will be fine. But if it doesn't happen, it will remain a 10 out of 10. And that's it. All 15 plot holes in Naruto that we're gonna cover in today's video. There is more plot holes in Naruto, it's just this video is already kind of long. But let me know, guys, if you want me to do a Naruto plot holes part 2. And if there's any plot holes I didn't cover in Naruto that drive you up a wall, tell me in the comments below. And while you guys are down there, please, for me, like this video, subscribe to the page, and hit that noti bell. Like, let's just imagine for a second that Obito didn't have the world's biggest ego and just collected all of the Jinchuriki. He was doing great. None of the villages were mobilizing, and then he just decided, let's just use that part of Gyuki and Kinkaku and Ginkaku, and let's just see what happens. And then one day, everybody looks up, and the moon is red, and that's it. There didn't need to be a 4th Great Shinobi World War. Everybody made the wrong choice.
Here are 6 YouTubers who all claim to have been arrested, but only one of them is telling the truth. With the help of 2 of my friends, my job is to figure out who was really arrested. This is Guess the Arrest. Let's bring them out.
Easy. Number 3, absolutely. That's fentanyl as a person right there.
For round 1, each contestant will have 30 seconds to introduce themselves and explain what they did to get them arrested. After that, we'll decide to eliminate someone without asking any questions.
My name is James. I was arrested in Mexico for smoking.
I'm already skeptical of that because Mexico, isn't it like lawless?
Yeah.
My name is Earl. I'm 30 years old. I was arrested in Vegas for grand larceny.
What's larceny?
Stealing something
Just
real
say
expensive.
stealing. Larceny.
He knows.
Is that
He
a
knows.
steakhouse.
He knows.
That was the offense.
He knows. He actually knows the proper legal terminology. That's impressive, unless he read it off Wikipedia.
Hi, my name is Erwan. I'm 28 years old from France, and I've been arrested for indecent exposure.
What?
Wait, what?
Indecent exposure?
Indecent exposure.
Oh, you were
In
whipping that
2019.
thing out.
I showed my butt on the freeway.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Rich. I was arrested in Vegas for a DWI. It was for smoking, actually, so I'm sure you're gonna find out more about that.
My name is CJ. I got arrested for Grand Theft Auto.
My name is Manuel. I was arrested in France for hanging a painting in the Louvre.
Well, we're not allowed to ask any questions on this round, so
I might wait till the next round.
let's wait till the next
honestly,
round
to kick out 2.
and then we'll ask some questions, and then we can figure out who we can kick out. 2 of them. For round 2, we're going to ask each contestant about what happened before they were arrested. Number 1, tell us what was happening before the cops showed up.
Yeah, so I was at Papa's and Beer. I was like 10 adioses in, and I was with a new girl that I met.
10 audios deep, and we're gonna ask you how the story went.
I was like, I'm gonna go outside because I need something to sober up. And I was like, I forgot what hat I had on. I traded one of the vendors outside for 2 joints.
You traded a hat
Yeah.
for 2 joints?
I sat there, like, and all of a sudden, just yanked my hand and slammed me against the car, and I was like scared because I was like 10 adioses in, so I'm lit. And somehow, I don't know what the hell happened, but in the corner of my eye, my ex walks up and sees me in the handcuffs like this.
Your ex was in Mexico at the same time as
She
you
was
were
at
with,
Papa's and Beer inside too,
and you were with another girl too. What was the other girl's name?
I don't remember the name.
You don't remember the girl's name that you got arrested with?
Nah. She left. She got in an Uber and walked off, and I was in handcuffs.
Let's go on to number 2.
Before the arrest, I was in Vegas at nightclub Omnia in the Caesars Palace, sitting on girls, drinking, doing. There was a girl specifically that was a couple, but one.
Oh!
An hour or two later, go to the bathroom, and then by the time I get back to the entrance and show my stamp, I was getting handcuffed.
So what were you arrested for again?
I was arrested for stealing a handbag at a nightclub.
Oh, zesty. Okay.
It was a false accusation, but I matched the profile and the witness or the.
Oh, all right. Pepe Le Pew.
I was with some of my friends at a club in Hollywood. On the way back at 2 a.m., the freeway was packed. And one of my friends randomly said, hey, for 20 bucks, just run a little bit on the shoulder of the freeway because I really wanted to pee. So I just ran on the shoulder of the freeway and I started like doing my thing, but my pants fell down, so my butt cheeks was on the view of everyone.
Do you know what he just said?
What club were you at?
I was at Warwick in Hollywood.
How quickly did the cops show up?
By the time I was doing my thing, the PCH was literally on the line because I was running from my friend, so...
Did they tap you on the shoulder or what?
No, like the car like literally went behind and I just heard like the siren. The cops came to me and I was just like putting up my pants.
That felt believable to me.
Yeah? You got any questions?
100 yards in 45 seconds. That was some good... You might go D3 with those stats.
All right, number 4.
So I was in Vegas. I had some homies from school that were out there, and super lit night. End up passing out at this girl's crib. Unnamed chick, don't ask me her name.
That's a dude.
Me and my best friend, who had actually moved out to LA with me, we had drove out there. And in the morning, we were searching for some weed we lost because we were about to drive back to LA, and we were like, gotta sort this drive. We ended up finding them right before we left. There's a gas station down the street, probably like 32 degrees outside. I remember it was freezing. We see a cop that's pulling somebody over like on a motorcycle. I offered to drive because I slept in a bed and my homie slept on the couch. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna drive.
That's a good friend, right?
Being a good friend. I get in the car. Before I even get out, halfway in the driveway, I see the cop behind me all of a sudden. He turns the lights on, comes up to the car. The very first thing he says when the window rolls down is, whoa, I think I'm getting a stand-in here.
Very detailed.
Very detailed. I'm wondering if it's too detailed.
I love how every story involves them getting unrelated to
Yeah, that's how you know there's 5 people lying. Let's see, number 5.
Leading up to it, I was just playing video games in my room.
There we go.
But-
Here's a realistic guy.
But
No,
it was
video
like-
game.
So, I mean, it was just the next day I got arrested. Later in the afternoon, they came up to my door, knocked on it, and they're like, "This is your ID?" Yeah. And then they're just started handcuffing me right then and there.
Why did they have your ID? They found it?
Yeah, so I left the ID in the car that I took.
What video game are you playing?
At the time, Madden. It's my favorite game.
Number 6.
Right before I got arrested, hanging the painting. So I was looking around to see where the security was so I can hang my painting, but then I got caught.
You were hanging up your own painting in there?
Yeah, it was a painting that one of my friends made. It was dear to me, and I just wanted it on a wall.
What did the painting look like?
It was a photo of Messi. Argentina just had won the World Cup, and I thought it would be funny to hang a painting of Messi.
Was it a photo or a painting?
It was a painting. He drew it himself digitally.
Okay.
so-
Digitally?
Yeah,
He used AI instead he painted.
It wasn't AI, I don't think so.
How did you hang this?
It was like on a case, so I took it off the case, folded it, and then just put it in my pants and hit it. And then I had like little stickers on it.
So you stuck it on?
Yeah, I stuck it on.
So you were doing this for a video, though?
Yeah, for a
Okay,
video.
that could actually check out. How many views that video got?
Not enough.
That sounds like a YouTuber.
The only guy who I know definitely didn't get arrested is Johnny Sins over here.
When that happened, how long had you been making videos?
Like 3 years, I think.
Did you get to keep the footage?
Yeah, I kept the footage.
Who here has, before this arrest, had a prior criminal record?
I've been arrested, but I just got sent straight home for shoplifting.
Shoplifting?
It was in high school.
Another
High school.
What'd you steal in high school?
It was a chapstick, Burt's and Bees.
This mother...
I took it straight from the box, and a lady came out.
You got arrested for Burt's
Yeah.
Bees?
Where are you guys leaning towards? I mean, is there any other questions you want to ask?
I know who I
who
want to
you-
get rid of.
Who do you want to get rid of?
Him. It can't be him.
Yeah. The whole thing about getting arrested in Mexico, I don't know.
I want to say like black guy, but I just.
You
what's your
can.
name? What's your name?
Rich.
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 Rich. You seem like you were raised really well,
I was.
and like,
Single black mother.
and I feel like she would just really get on your if you did something bad. So I just feel like you have that fear of your mom beating your by you doing something bad prevented you from doing bad things.
Let me ask the Grand Theft Auto guy. There's a car running and you just went into a car?
Yeah, it was cold outside. It was 2 miles away to my house.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
What are you,
There's
like,
too
just
many
hopping into
gaps.
running cars?
I feel like he was playing GTA this morning. He's like, what story can I make up? What type of YouTube content do you make?
Food.
And you've never been arrested before?
Never. And never after either.
You left your ID in the car?
Accidentally.
It's not fooling me. Do you feel some way about that?
He's definitely out.
Yeah, he's out. I say we get rid of number 5 and we got one more, and I'm kind of leaning towards number 1. Plead your case.
I was drunk, and my family was on that trip too.
What did your family have to do with this?
Well, they're there. They were there. They know what happened.
Not here today.
You want to phone a friend?
So possession for personal use isn't illegal in Mexico. So number 1 is definitely lying.
Damn, so I could have been carrying when I was in Puerto Vallarta 2 weeks ago?
I'm not going to answer that right now. I think we go number 1 and number 5. What do you guys think?
Number 5.
All right.
That's what I'm sticking with.
Number 1, 5, you're eliminated.
Appreciate the time.
For round 3, each contestant will have 30 seconds to reenact how they got arrested. To make it more realistic, we'll provide the contestants with a selection of props, like these handcuffs. Having the contestants use these props during their reenactment, we hope the person that was actually arrested will deliver a more convincing performance. After all, there's a precise way a police officer uses their tools. For this round, we're also giving them my friend Clark as a test dummy to make the reenactment even more realistic. All right, number 1, show us how you were arrested using Clark.
Clark's me. I'm the police officer. You're gonna walk towards me. A little stumbling too, because you're a little intoxicated and whatnot. He said, "Excuse me, sir, I'm gonna need you to wait right here." There was the lady that I was talking to prior to that was accusing me, and her friend. Her friend was on the phone, and then she was crying. You're confused. The police officer talked to the girl, and then they were talking, and then she was kind of pointing at me. He's asking me questions about where was I, how long I've been here for, how much have I had to drink. He didn't have handcuffs, but he had zip ties. There you go.
So what were you saying to the officer during this time?
I was telling him I didn't do anything. They weren't mine.
How aggressive was he when he was?
He was really nice.
It was nice.
He was
a
really
nice
nice.
arresting officer.
It literally seemed like he went through a couple rounds of arresting people that night. It just seems like, all right, come on.
How tight
We'll
were the zip ties on your wrist?
They're very tight. I was like this.
Were they in the front of you or in the
No,
back?
they're behind me like this.
What did the cop look like?
He was a light-skinned Mexican.
I'm not confident that he committed that crime. I don't think that he got arrested. The way he was answering some things and looking and some squinting.
Yeah, it felt like maybe his friend got arrested for that night, and he's just saying what
He
happened.
was just
to
the one
that
doing
guy.
the while his friend was arrested. What was the officer's name?
Tonio Laxon.
Wait, Tonio Waxon?
L-A-C-S-O-N.
But you said he's a Latino dude with a last name Laxon?
Light-skinned Latino dude, yeah.
They didn't do any type of blood test on you or anything?
Urine and blood.
Did the cops ask you anything in the car ride?
Nope, I shut up. Because I've watched movies before and then I just
watch my videos.
I'm just quiet. I don't want to say nothing.
Did they offer you a meal for snitching?
That would have been nice. I would have said yeah.
All right, any other questions for this guy?
I'm okay.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Appreciate your time, sir.
All right, number 3, tell us what happened when you got arrested. Use Clark there.
So this is me running on the freeway with my pants down so you can see my
Don't do that, Clark.
butt cheek. And when I was almost done, I heard the siren of the CHP and an officer saying, "Sir, can you come here?" And then the police officer came to me to grab me. I kind of like resist a little bit, so I was like, "No, like leave me alone." And all of a sudden, he just put the handcuff on me, took me to his car, and go to the station, 10 minutes away.
How you get 10 minutes anywhere in LA? That's that right
very
there.
true.
I'm
Yeah.
Did the cops say anything to you as they handcuffed you? Did they read you any rights?
My Miranda rights.
What were the Miranda rights?
He says like I can remain silent and I can have like a lawyer if I have to, and if I don't have the money or something like that. It's like,
Okay. Okay. Did the cops ask you any questions?
He was like, "What are you doing here?" But my English was very bad, so I couldn't. I kind of like avoided him.
I frequently see naked people homeless all the time in LA, and the cops don't really get them.
But I was on the shoulder and like the traffic was fully stopped. That's the problem.
Could be true.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got good conviction, but I just can't see your ass causing a commotion.
You don't want to see my
I don't.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one, and then we'll see if we can eliminate someone
Thank you.
after this.
What's
All right,
going
Rich.
on, fellas? How are you?
Show us what happened. So you were in a car?
Yep, so I'm gonna grab a chair. I got you.
All right.
We're gonna sit you right here. Clark, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I was on the motorcycle. Well, he was on the motorcycle, rather. He comes up. I was going through the light.
You going through it, or is it red?
It was red first, and then it turned green. My best friend's sitting in the passenger seat. There's still apparently smoke in the car. He comes over, knocks on the window. He goes, "Woo!" I told him there is no we at all.
Well, that was ridiculous.
Logical explanation, though, because, I mean, I couldn't deny the fact that there was at some point because he literally was the first thing that came out of his mouth.
You absolutely could deny, by the way, but.
Well, that's good to know now. I don't know where you were when I needed you, but. So anyway, he asked if I know why he pulled me over. He says that my tags are expired. He asked, can you please step out of the car, sir? As soon as I step out, come on. He looks at me and he goes, whoa, you're not the smallest person I've ever pulled over. And I go, what is that supposed to mean? And he goes, don't make me have to shoot you because I will.
Damn.
What?
So he makes up like 5 sobriety tests. First sobriety test, you actually got it. So first sobriety test that he had me do. Mind you, I'm in a t-shirt and shorts, by the way. It's like 32 degrees outside. He tells me that I have to put my finger on my nose, I have to look up at the sky, and I have to stand on one leg with my eyes closed. Close your eyes.
What the hell kind of test is that?
Yeah, and then he said I had to count to 30, and if I was more than 2 seconds off, I failed. And then I thought to myself, I don't even know how fast he's counting, so long story short, he said I failed that one. Then I had to do the whole heel-toe thing, and the wind is blowing like 10 miles an hour, so it's like, and I'm walking, and I probably was looking like that because it was freezing.
The reason they pulled you over in the first place was the expired tags and you were at a stop.
That was what he said, but you know, now that I look back on it, he was pulling that other person over. We were at the gas station. We opened the door and there was hella smoke. But I feel like there's a key component to this story that you're not gonna believe. The cop was black. He puts me in the handcuffs. He sits me on the curb. He's called the K9 unit. The cops pull up. They ransack the whole car. The transporting officers end up coming, get transported to the station, and on the ride there, he tells me that this cop that pulled me over was the worst possible person that could have pulled me over in America because he has a nickname in Vegas, and it's Action Jackson.
Did they read you your rights when you were arrested?
He read me my rights while I was out there, and I just remember when he read them to me, I was in like a state of disbelief. I just kept asking him, like, am I going to jail? And he just kept saying, yeah, and I just kept telling him I just can't go to jail.
And what about your friend? Were your friends taken to jail with you?
They didn't take him. They told him that he couldn't take the car, so they ended up impounding the car.
It checks out as far as like the cops wouldn't let the other person drive the car. The arrest would be based off you driving in a way that, you know, seemed impaired.
Well, that's
not based off like what your THC level was. You don't have to submit to those tests either.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
That's good to know now, Mike.
Yeah.
What do you mean? If they're like, do this, you just go no?
You could say no.
I wish I knew that.
They may take you to the station to a blood or a breathalyzer test, but you don't have to do the field sobriety test. It just gives them more evidence to say that you're driving impaired. General consensus from defense lawyers would be not to submit to those tests and then take your luck with them taking you to the station and testing you, or proving that they didn't have probable cause to begin with. But you give them evidence, you know?
I see what you're saying.
A lot of specifics.
He's either practicing this script or something.
It's LA, everybody's an actor.
I know, right?
What do you
That's
do
the problem.
now?
I'm an actor and producer.
Yeah, and also, I don't know, to me, he seems too clean cut.
You're right, though. He's like he is kind of polished like an actor.
And it's like, and then damn, I gotta hear the other ones.
Yeah, we gotta
really
hear the other ones. Let's bring up the next one.
Let's bring in
Thanks,
Messi.
Rick.
How's it going? So you're gonna have this painting.
Is that the actual AI painting that
It was something similar like that. It was more drawn. You're looking around. There's no security. Go ahead and put the painting up. Yeah, okay. There you go.
Can we arrest him?
Yeah. He's putting the painting up, and it falls. It actually falls. Okay, now pick it up fast before security comes here. There we go. They're about to get you. Now put it up. Put it up. All right. For 2 seconds, celebrate. And then security comes over. No. Oh, no. Come here. Yep, come here. No. They capture me, and then they go, what's going on? What are you doing? They're speaking a lot of French to me, so I don't remember what they said.
Should brought one of these other contestants.
Yeah, I should have. There's like 10 of them, and then they say, hey, you're gonna have to come with us. I wait like 10 minutes until the cops show up. The cops showing up, like the vibe completely changed, and I just have to be in character for this.
So first of all, wait. The French don't have guns.
No, they do.
They
Oh,
do?
it might. Okay.
Yeah, pull the bad guy out.
Wait, so they don't have guns?
Wouldn't you know that?
Oh! I have a question that will solve all this right now. Is this video still on YouTube?
No, you can't go look at that. So in Europe, most of the time, they don't have guns.
But how do you know that they haven't updated this rule in the last year?
Gaslighting.
Yeah, I'm like, they haven't updated the rule, but didn't you say this happened more than a year ago?
This happened a year ago, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll continue with this story. We're gonna pretend like there's a gun in there.
They come up to me and they go, oui, what's going on?
Oui.
Well, I just,
yes, what's going on?
They were speaking French to me. I don't remember. The officer looks at me. He's like very serious, and he goes, okay, let me search you. And as he's searching me, he finds a wire. And that's when like the entire vibe changed. And then they started asking me questions like, who was filming, what's going on, what are you doing? And I just said as little information as possible. They put me in the back of this cop car. I don't remember if I think they did put handcuffs on me, but it might have been in the front or in the back. I don't remember. They put me in this truck.
How do you not remember the front of the back?
That's
of
what
the
I'm
handcuffs?
thinking. No, they put me on the back of the cop car.
No, but the handcuffs, you don't know if it was the front or the back.
That I don't remember. I don't know. My memory's been pretty goofy recently, so.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't, age. And then, then they put me in the. They get me back to the station. They hold me there for like 20 minutes just waiting, and then they put me in a little jail cell. And that's when I was like, just myself, I was like, oh God. But next to me, there was like this little kid in another jail cell. I felt like I wasn't in like a real jail, you know? This was some sort of like, they're just holding me back. And no, it wasn't Diddy's. I felt like I was in trouble, but they were still trying to figure out what to do with me. And then eventually, they let me go.
This just sounds ridiculous.
You would remember.
He doesn't even know if he was handcuffed, like in the front or the back. But I see someone doing this, like for a YouTube video. Like I can
It's
see
definitely a
someone
YouTube
like
video.
100%.
What's the title of the video full?
I got arrested for hanging a painting of Messi.
Yeah, so that's not it. So get him out of here.
Yeah, that's
He's
not
not arrested though.
Yeah, but it's not what you would call.
I think he
the
got in
YouTube
trouble,
title.
but I don't think he got arrested.
All right, thank you, Clark. Let's bring out the 4 people and see if we can eliminate someone.
We know we got to get rid of Wee Wee.
I don't know, man. I'm not 100.
He could have, but
He
like
still
French jail is probably not
like he still could have gotten arrested and he would be arrested, but then he was like let go right away. Like he could have.
He had zero
Who has,
conviction
like-
in what he was saying to
I
me.
think. You think more than the actual Wee Wee?
Actual Wee Wee had more believability to me.
But it seemed like a Reddit story. Like it didn't seem like it was his story.
That's what I think. I'm kind of deciding between the two of them.
Who?
The real Wee Wee or the other Wee Wee? You think it's the real Wee Wee?
Yeah, I believe so. Number
3?
Number 3.
Number 3, you're out.
Bonjour. Damn.
Au revoir.
Oh. What if he just stopped talking French right now?
Yeah.
Accent. He's like, thanks, guys.
In round 4, we'll put each person through a 3-on-1 interrogation about what happened after they were arrested. I'll then use my legal knowledge to spot any inconsistencies between their stories and how the legal process actually works.
Number 2, tell us what happened once you made it to the station.
When I made it to the station, Officer Laxon escorted.
Officer what?
Laxon. He escorted me to the booking area, the booking cell.
The booking cell?
The guy said, I'm taking you to booking right now, because at this point I was somewhat getting a little bit more sober.
Did they give you anything after they took all your stuff?
They gave me slippers, like Tom's kind of, pants and a shirt. That was it. And they also, I asked for a phone call and they gave me a phone call.
Okay.
Who'd you call?
My mom. That's the only number I could memorize.
And what is it?
I got you. In the process, I was crying because I sobered up. I was crying. I was like, oh shoot, I'm going to jail. There's no way.
So you're in there with 8 dudes, and are you talking to them why they got arrested?
Not until like 3 hours in. Then I started talking to I talked to one guy who was like by himself and he was also Asian. So I mustered up the courage and be like, what are you in for?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. His name was Darren. And then he was arrested because he got into a fight at another club.
How long were you in there?
For like 4 hours. And then I got released.
You got released without, did you have to pay any bail or?
When I talked to them afterwards, they said that my bail was like $5 grand or something like that. But then they finally got security footage. Turns out it was just another guy with tattoos that looked like me. But the girl, when she was intoxicated, she remembered me being the last person to talk to her, essentially. I was like the most memorable because I got riz like that.
And you have tattoos?
Damn.
I do.
So did you get a lawyer at any point?
No.
Did you eat or drink anything while
I
you
got water from a cup and I didn't want to eat.
Did they offer you food?
They didn't really offer. They just kind of said, hey, food's ready. Like, grab it, grab a thing if you want it.
What did it look like?
One was like peas and carrots, meatloaf, and mashed potatoes.
I like that he said that he cried because I think if he's making up a fictitious story, why would you include that?
Sure. That is true.
Yeah, he was just
maybe for
having all
sympathy.
these girls around and now he's admitting to
I was
crying on
crying.
camera. You know, doesn't look that cool anymore. Checks out as far as like
He's so
legally
young.
speaking,
Sorry.
like what would happen. You know, like
Yeah.
he was there for a certain amount of time. They let him go if they figured out that they can't